This is your ABC Starter Kit. Everything you need to know about Lost, the final season.
Oh, this is just awesome.
For starters, Lost is a global phenomenon with fans in all corners of the world. And you don't want to miss the 6th and final season. If you do, you'll be mocked,
That guy's a total douche.
ridiculed,
I don't think you mean it.
and made to feel, well, out of the loop.
Loop, dude.
And the season premiere is right around the corner.
Better get to it then.
Okay, Lost is about a group of people who survive the crash of Oceanic Flight 815 and land on a very mysterious island in the South Pacific.
Terrific.
48 passengers survive despite polar bears, smoke monsters, and some not-so-nice people called the Others. They also fought off mercenaries from a freighter and some pretty crazy time travel. Suffice it to say, some survivors got off the island, some stayed, but now they're all back. Namaste. Sort of. So let's hit the ABCs. 3 things you gotta know for Lost, the final season. A. The survivors were strangers at the time of the crash and had to rely on each other to survive.
We can't live together. We're gonna die alone.
On to B. There is a reason these people survived. Despite being strangers, their lives are somehow connected.
Small world.
Which brings us to C. The island is mysterious, and it's given the survivors a chance to start their lives over again.
Not an island. It's a place where miracles happen.
So on to the starting lineup. Jack is a doctor, a leader, and a man of action.
We're gonna be all right. We're gonna stay here tonight, together.
Kate was a fugitive at the time of the crash. Now she's got Jack's back.
I have always been with you.
Sawyer is a con man with a heart of gold.
You were amazing today.
Sometimes. John Locke was paralyzed before the crash, but on the island he can walk. Hurley has a knack for cooking.
Try the dipping sauces. They really bring out the ham.
He also won millions in the lottery, but thinks he's cursed. Saeed was a torturer in Iraq. Now he's a tortured soul
I'm trying to change.
and needs a little love. Claire gave birth to her baby, Aaron, on the island. Then she went missing. Sun and Jin are from Korea. They had a troubled marriage, but the island gave them a new lease on life. The survivors soon learned there were other people living on the island, like Desmond, who crashed his boat during a sailing race.
What's all yours, brother?
Juliet was one of the others,
I want to go home.
but she joined the survivors and fell in love with Sawyer.
Something smells good.
Richard Alpert is another other, who doesn't seem to age.
You do remember birthdays, don't you, Richard?
Then there's Benjamin Linus. He's a master manipulator and wants to rule the island.
I'll sacrifice anything to protect this island.
So let's hit the glossary and look up second chances. Jack has a compulsive urge to fix things
What if this is our one chance to put things back the way they're supposed to be?
and was determined to erase all the hardships the survivors have endured. So when a little glitch sent Jack, Kate, Sawyer, Juliet, Hurley, Jin, and Saeed back to
1977.
Jack believed he found a way to change the future.
This is our destiny.
So let's map out Jack's plan. Oceanic 815 crashed when Desmond forgot to push a button that held a jillion tons of electromagnetic energy at bay. So when Jack found himself in 1977, he located a hydrogen bomb that, if detonated, would negate all the energy. In theory, Oceanic 815 would never crash and land safely in Los Angeles. But how sound is this theory? Let's get some definition. Change is a verb, meaning to make the future course different from what it is. So if Jack succeeds, he might eliminate all the pain the survivors suffered, but he could erase all the friendships they share as well. So let's get a jump start on the latest. Jack dropped the nuke in the hole. It didn't explode, but all hell broke loose. Juliet was pulled in, and despite Sawyer's animal magnetism,
Don't you leave me.
I love you, James.
No.
Juliet couldn't hold on. Now on to some important footnotes. Sun finds herself with Locke and Ben, smack dab on the present-day island. She wants only to find Jin.
Do you know where he is?
Meanwhile, Ben and Locke have killed Jacob, the mystical leader of the island. But the man who looks like Locke and talks like Locke is not really Locke. That's because the real Locke is dead.
If this is Locke, who's in there?
Yeah, this should be interesting. Now back to 1977. It turns out Juliet survived the fall down the shaft and found the bomb still intact. But could she finish off Jack's Big Bang Theory? So there you go. Now you're off to a great start for Lost, the final season.
Own Lost Seasons 1 through 5 available on DVD and Blu-ray. Catch up anytime with full episodes available at abc.com. And mark your calendar for ABC's Lost, the final season premiere event, Tuesday, February 2nd at 8/7 Central on ABC.